Hey y'all, what's up? It's Chrome. We'll bring it to the table. Got a good show for y'all today. Got a serious topic that we're gonna be talking about. But before we get into all that, I would like to give a shout out to JD hosting his first event, Love and R&B, on May 27th through the 28th. Doors open at 9, man. It's gonna be a nice show. Y'all make sure y'all check that out for sure.
Yes, sir.
Tickets is on sale now. Yeah. But I got Shy here. She's gonna be bringing it to the table today. How you doing, Shy?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm good. Happy to be here. Happy to have you here.
Thank you.
You know, we're gonna bring the smoke. So, your video. You know, you was touching on the topic of domestic violence. You shared with the world a personal story about domestic violence.
Yes.
And a toxic relationship that you just getting out of, right?
Yes, sir.
So give us a little bit about that, like, before we start talking about domestic violence and your abuser, let's talk about you. Who is Shy? How you doing? Tell us how you doing.
How are you, sir? Thank you for having me on your show today. I'm Shy, very loving, nice person, a queen, a smart mouth. I'm Shy.
Okay. So this relationship, you and this fella was in, this domestic one that I'm speaking of, right?
Yeah, it was domestic, and it was very mentally abusive. And I'd like to touch bases on both of those as we go along with this show. There's a difference between physical abuse and mental abuse, but they both have the same hold on you.
Yeah, understandable. But yeah, let's talk about how long was you in this relationship?
Make the mistake to just marry someone that I thought I loved, love at first sight, and not the right move for myself. But for some it may work, but for me, it didn't work, and that's why I'm here to tell my story. That's why I'm here to talk about it. Some people can go through the same, love at first sight experience, and it may be very beautiful for them, but for me, it was very horrible.
Okay, let's bring it back. How long was you in this relationship?
Before I married him?
Yeah, period. Just
30 days, and then I married him.
Okay.
And then, so we've been married for 2 years, but we've only been around each other for 6 months out of the relationship. Not 6 months straight, just 3 months out of the first year, then 3 months now out of the second year.
So it really is not a long-term relationship type of thing y'all had going on. It's something that you basically just met this guy.
Yep.
And y'all off and on for 2 years, but you known him for 30 days before you got married to him.
Yeah.
So when did it become an abusive relationship mentally before it became physically, right?
I would like to say after the 30 was up, after he got me, then it was boom. So for 2 months out of the first 30 days after we got married.
So after the first 30 days, after y'all got married, so y'all was been knowing each other, seeing each other for 90 days
for 30 days.
Okay, 30 days when you got married. I'm talking about when the abuse started. When did that start?
It was 30 days later. So I knew him for 30 days, and then after that 30 days, so I'd say 60 days. Well, the first
2 months.
There you go.
Yeah, 2 months you knew this guy, and he put his hands on you.
Yeah.
Okay, and what made you stay around? I don't want to come at you and make you feel
if I'm going to come to the world and I'm going to talk about my problems, I'm not talking just for myself. I went through the experience. I got away. So I'm willing to open up and talk about anything. I know a lot of people may say, oh, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. That's this, that's that.
No, but it happens. A lot of people
so I'm here to tell my story.
Have known people that jumped the broom within 30 days or 2 weeks of knowing the person. And so that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about how do you get yourself out that situation? from when it started to when you got yourself out the situation.
Okay, so after I seen that he started getting abusive with me, of course, by that time I was in the honeymoon stage because I'm now a wife. Now, to some people, a wife might mean this. To some people, it might mean that. And yeah, in 30 days, like, I'm wife material, so I'm like, I'm a wife. So I became very submissive to this man to the point where he was able to just do whatever to me. And then I started, like, he had isolated me away from my family, away from everybody, away from everything. And I'm like, my friends are still calling me. My brothers are calling me. Like, things are not looking like the same. And clearly they knew I was in a bad situation because for me to just get up and get married in 30 days just wasn't right for anybody around me. So I had to have enough strength in my mind to go ahead and leave the first time. And the encounters, the things that I had experienced within those, like, 30 days of even, like, being married to him was the most horriblest experience. Like, I mean, like, physical abuse, like, stumping me in my head, being woke up to just being cussed out. Like, I'm asleep. I'm a working woman. I go home after work and he's mad, and so he'll stump me in my face. I'm waking up to things like that. Now, at that point, then I started kind of mentally trying to figure out, like, okay, I don't think he's really with me because he really loves me. I think he's kind of with me because of what I'm doing for him, you know? But it was like I had got caught up with myself thinking that it was love. So in my mind, it was love. In his mind, he already knew that he was already playing a game. And
so is this your first time in an abusive relationship?
No, it's not.
So you've seen all these signs. I mean, I understand, you know, the love part of it.
I can say this is my first time being into a fully extreme abusive relationship where I'm being my head being.
The point I'm trying to get at is, you, like, ladies, that is aware of domestic violence. I want you guys to continue being aware of the signs from your previously, especially if you was in a previously relationship that had domestic and abuse physically and mentally.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about abuse. Though we're gonna talk about there's physical abuse, there's physical abuse, there's mental abuse. So physical abuse actually has a little more hold on you than physical abuse. Like, so being mentally abused,
mental abuse have a little bit more hold.
Oh yeah, because I can heal my scars. I can bounce back, but my mental, if I'm being mentally abused, it doesn't leave my brain. I can't just get that part healed unless I go and take the steps, which I did in my prior relationship. I'm getting counseling, getting therapy.
Where was your counselor?
I went through mental health.
Aurora
Mental Health to get, yes, and I was severely depressed. I was put on, like, antidepressants, things like that to help me, like, get myself back up. And then keeping myself around, like, good influences, self-awareness, just speaking to yourself. Sometimes we really don't understand. So remember in my video, I was saying, like, sometimes you got to look the man in the mirror and talk to yourself. So once you start really talking to yourself and rebuilding yourself, like, that's where it starts. And with my previous relationship before that, my mental abuse, and prior to that, I was married for almost, on and off, for like 15 years. So I'm used to commitment. I'm used to being in a relationship, but that mental abuse, I had to really give myself really a lot more extreme help. This relationship right here is not gonna take that much to just keep getting, like, over.
Are we like, I know it's a lot going on here with the domestic and mental, all that plays a part in it, but my thing is like the awareness of domestic abuse and being aware of the signs before you have to go through the trauma.
Okay, so the signs prior to this was...
you don't need the list of the signs. I just wanted you to shed the light on your story so we can give that awareness of the trauma that comes with domestic violence and the awareness that you can be aware of the signs of a man that or woman that is abusive.
Right, and a lot of people like they look past the signs. They can look at
and
things.
it looks like you have too. It looks like you have several times looked past the signs of a abusive relationship.
Yes, I have.
You ignored it.
I have.
So I'm not trying to cast blame on you or victim shame you.
No, I understand
listen,
that.
I'm not trying to do none of that. But what I'm trying to get everybody in the audience to understand is there is awareness to abusive, toxic relationships.
Right, and I know.
What I wanted you to do is show us the signs that and just
so the first signs for one as a woman when you're with your man, like anything that makes you feel outside of your own comfortability. When you're in a relationship, you should feel comfortable in your own skin. You should be able to be yourself. If he's trying to change you, then he doesn't even really want the person that he's with. Sometimes I think a lot of toxic relationships are because, I don't know, they're looking for someone else. And looking for someone else means you probably didn't forgive the person before you jumped in a relationship. So even with, going back to my relationship and my problem, he wasn't healed from whatever relationship he was in. So he's blaming me for stuff that I have no idea what the hell or what girl was you with before
me.
So
he's bringing in other baggage.
Which means that's the first sign of a toxic relationship.
Okay. And from your point of view, you was so in love that you ignored these signs.
I was.
Because you've been through this before him, so you know the signs. You've seen them before.
Now, this is the thing. I was in love with him. I wasn't going to act like I was in love with the person before that. So when I got with him... Hold on, give me a minute.
Okay.
When I was with him, I looked into his eyes and seen him. I didn't want to think about the past because I let go of that past. So I gave him the equal opportunity. Once he started showing me these signs, there was times that I ignored it. Yes, it was because I didn't believe that it was still the guy that had already abused me, but those are the things that I should have looked back at and looked at my past and said, you've already been through this. You've already seen signs of abuse. I guess signs of abuse are the same anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's this guy or that guy or it's the signs of abuse all look the same.
Yeah, so my thing, ladies, is the awareness. When it quacks like a duck, hey.
Now how do you get out of that though?
That's what we're gonna continue pushing.
You
this
stand up
envelope
tall.
About.
I'm gonna tell you
because it's a lot to get to. It's a lot for someone to get out of a situation and all that, and we got to take our time because it's not a one shot fix. So we're gonna continue the conversation. It's a great conversation. Shout out to Shy for being here and thank you for sharing your story. We're gonna continue looking into it and pushing the awareness, you guys and ladies. For the mental health part of it is serious because taking care of your peace and having that peace
there you go.
is the main thing for you to build your family and have a stable and I won't say mental health free zone, but it will hella help.
It just remembers you have to love yourself. Love yourself first before anyone else can love you. If you don't love yourself first, you don't even love. If you cannot love yourself, you cannot love anything else. So once you regrow and start going into loving yourself back again, then you will understand even how to love, how to start to begin to love.
Okay, y'all. Thank y'all for y'all time and y'all continue to tune in and we got more coming for you guys. Have a blessed day. Thank you.